Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we'll look at lithium-ion aftermarket battery packs, specially meant for Makita. These two are for Makita. This is for Milwaukee. This is also for Milwaukee. And this is for DeWalt. So those are the top three companies. And I'm just taking the 18 or the 20 volt supplies today. And in a different video, we will cover the 12 volt supplies. So in specific today, I would like to open up the Makita batteries. These are from different suppliers. And why Makita? Because I have seen generally people face a lot of issues with the BMS, charging issues, discharging issues with Makita batteries. Not that the others do not have issues, but today I'd like to address the issue with the Makita aftermarket here too. So we'll look at Milwaukee and DeWalt at a later stage. So as I mentioned, this is from one supplier, no name, but it says BL1850, 5 ampere hour. This is from one supplier. So this is for Makita, you can see that. And this is from another supplier, you can see the name. This is also supposedly a 5 ampere hour battery. This is for the Milwaukee, no name. It says Milwaukee here for Milwaukee M18. I don't see any other name here. 5 ampere hour. And this is also for Milwaukee from a different company. So you can see the label seems to be the same, almost. There's a slight color difference, otherwise the label seems to be the same. However, this is from a different company. For the DeWalt, I just have one pack today. This is from this company. You can see it here. It says 20 volt, but these are all generally 18 volt 5 ampere hour packs. So as I mentioned in specific, we'll open up these two today and then see how the BMS looks in comparison with the original ones, the OEM product. However, I do not have the OEM battery with me today, but I'm sure you guys would have seen it on YouTube and elsewhere. The BMS is generally potted, and these are not potted. I'll show you now. To keep the video short, I have already opened up the screws. There are 4 screws, and these are Security Torx 10 bits. You can see that. There is a center notch, so you'll need a bit that will fit into that, which is this one. You can see it. So this is a T10 Security Torx. So I've opened up the screws, and this comes out, and there's a spring as well that will come out. So we'll keep that aside. And this is the driver I use. So this is this is a no name. This is how it looks inside. It's a sturdy case, well made. Now, this is how it looks inside that. I should say that for an aftermarket, very affordable set, this is well made. And if you notice, this region is conformal coated. That is good. Whereas the original one from the OEM, Makita, they have potted it, so you can't see anything inside. Even in this, only this IC I was able to make out. So that's actually a BMS controller, and this appears to be a microcontroller 20 pin, but the number is not visible. And as you can see, there are 5 MOSFETs here, and this is the battery indicator, which is now totally fully charged now. You can see. So all in all, I think the construction is excellent. These are 18650 cells, 10, so that's a 5S 2P. However, what I could not check was, well, before that, you saw the finishing. It's really constructed well, and these are all not just wires, these are tabs sensing each battery. That is for the balancing, cell balancing. These are the tabs 1, 2 and 3, 4, and the ends. So these are done very well. and they have used MOSFETs, and there seems to be a BMS controller and a microcontroller, but I don't see, probably these are the MOSFETs. I have not checked because the number is not visible, probably used for cell balancing, and these are definitely for OC and OV. This is what I could, I'm just assuming, but generally well populated and well made and well assembled. However, when I measured these pins here, I could not understand much out of this. Probably these are for some SM bus or some other bus to talk to their device or to the charger. I'm not sure, because I do not have an original Makita charger for this one, and I just charged it using a different charger that I have without cell balancing, because these are still new. And I thought, why not try and do cell balancing, taking the output from here? But I don't think these are, naturally, these are not direct connection from the cells. Probably it is coming from either the microcontroller or this one, the BMS controller. And when I measured the voltages, it doesn't really make any sense at all, at least not to me. So that is how it is. Now we'll switch over to the other manufacturer, aftermarket manufacturer. Again, for this, to save time and to keep the video short, I have removed the case, and the screws are the same. It's a T10 Security Torx screw. You can see that, and the bit is the same. So I think it's a standard what they use. So we'll push this aside, and you already noticed now this is how the BMS looks. I just lifted, because in this it was easy, nothing was soldered, at least the balancing wires were not soldered. It comes to this connector. I just removed the connector and then lifted this. So here, well, let me pull it out. This is how the workmanship is and the finish. Definitely much lower quality than the other one which we just saw now. And on the top side of this is also fully charged now. Since I have removed the connector, we won't be able to check the charge here. So this is how it looks on top. A close-up, there are no active or passive components other than this connector and these contacts on top of the PCB. And they call this a BMS board. And I see here, it's a 20 pin. I think it is similar to the other one. Probably a microcontroller. I do see a few what looks like a MOSFET, but I have not checked. And here, the voltages when I measure, they do not match the other one, the other aftermarket one. So these are totally different. I do not know how they actually talk to the OEM charger. So I have no clue on that one. So this is how it is. So as you can see, there are no OC or OV MOSFETs. So discharge control MOSFETs are totally missing in this. And I don't even know how he does or how they plan to do the cell balancing. Because cell balancing, we need other lower current MOSFETs. As I mentioned, these do look like MOSFETs, but we don't have that many here. We need a pair for each cell. So we don't have that. So I do not know what this microcontroller actually does. So I'll be a little careful when buying from this vendor. You can see the name. Outside everything looks good, and maybe it will give you 5 ampere hour, but then on the long run, I think you will probably fry the batteries because of improper charging or improper discharge.